crash. Spin the turbines, let it roar. Steel on a drenched dance floor. Nose to ground will quake. Rolling storm in a thunder break. Crash.
Helmet on, pencil tight, Jeffy jumping in the night. Yellow shirt, stop the floor, bang your head and scream some more. Let's go!
Roofs down, headlights bright. Little cars collide tonight. Yellow doors on the floor. Rev your block and yell some more. Let's roll. Helmet on, laces tight. We are rolling through the night. Yellow shirt, stomp the floor. Shake the rafters, give me more. We helmet on, laces tight. We are roaring through the night. Yellow shirt, stomp the floor. Shake the rafters, give me more. Ronaldo, we go. Ronaldo, we go. As our brakes collide, we keep rolling like a tide. Jacket torn, boots the floor. Shake the night and ask for more. Let's go. Horns up, who's ignite? Unicorn stampede the night. Rainbow mains, shake the floor. Thrash your head and neigh for more. Let off wide, stop the mud. Hippos thunder, shake the flood. Massive highs crash the floor. Bang your head and roar for more. Let's ride. Outlet rock, travel tight. Plastic bodies in the night. Yellow finish, splash the floor. Whip your tails and flash for more. Cast them. Helmet on, pencil tight. Monkey jumping in the night. Yellow shirt, stomp the floor. Bang your head and scream some more. Let's go. Let's go. Hooves down, heads roll, thunder in a panic floor. Horns high, let it fly. Stomp and scream beneath the sky. Move, let's go.
Helmet on, pencil tight, Jeffy jumping in the night. Yellow shirt, stop the floor, bang your head and scream some more.
TVA, clear the area. This timeline is unauthorized.
Cut off the fire, shake the night. Silver claws in the flashing light. Drum of us, the jungle screams. Bodies clash like crashing streams. Smash, blaze, take flight. Spin the claws, let it roar. Fur on a drenched dance floor. Chest to chest, the ground will shake. Rolling storm in the mountains wake. Spin and splash, the midnight park. Paws collide in a wild bar. Tails collide, the pit will quiver. Rolling tide in a furry river. Spin and slash, the midnight park. Claws collide in a wild arc. Tails entwined, the pit will shiver. Rolling tide in a fuzzy river. Dash, crash, take flight. Dash, crash, take flight. The gosh in the midnight dark. Claw to claw, leave a burning mark. Fang to fang, let the graveyard quiver. Rolling tide of a nightmare river. Smash, smash, take flight. Crash till the blue waves fly. Plastic walls in the devil's sky. Tip the tank, let the cold spray quiver. Rolling tide of a nightmare river. Splash, splash, spinning crash. The midnight park. Flush and foam in a roaring arc. Tails align, the pit will quiver. Rolling tide in a fluffy river. Dash, crash, take flight. Arch of honor, blood and spark. Brothers fight in the roaring dark. Shields collide, the circle shivers. Rolling tide, the war band rivers. Charge, outguns, bugs break the night. Honor spins in a circle of fight. Armor base, the war quivers. Wash like a bird of prey with shivers. Jump, crash, take flight. Shake the pines. Thunder stomps in a circle of giants. Fur flies, the night bug quivers. Wash like a shadow that shivers. Jump, crash, take flight. The road, burn the night. Rolling thunder, tread ignite. Rubber heart, steel emotion. Circle spin like a storming ocean. Charge, slide, take flight. Charge. Logic burns, the mind set free. Ordered fire, infinity. Rings of thought, the circle shivers. Flow, peel and steel, the fruit runs wild. Ordered heat, the jungle style. Spiral ring, the crowd delivers. Rhyme and rhythm, the bomb that shivers. Spear slash, the midnight yard. Whiskers clash in a wild charge. Tails collide, the pit will quiver. Rolling tide in a feline river. Bounce, crash, take flight. Spin and crash, the midnight yard. Next will clash in a wild charge. Next collide, the pit will quiver. Rolling tide in a giraffe river. King all and smash, the midnight war. Wheels collide in a wild bar. Tails align, the pit will shiver. Rolling tide in a furry river. Crash, dash, take flight. Both collide in a midnight spin. Styles crash and the beat kicks in. Panels, pixels, paint and clay. All here screaming the same refrain. Slam, jump, midnight claws and city skin. Fangs and fingers on a six-string sin. Turntables burn, the baseline bites. We all crash in the same wild night. Strings fire in our veins, howling loud in the breaking chains. Slam jump, ignite the night. Spinning bright, the barrel shakes. Salty spring in the midnight wave. Rise collide, the pit will quiver. Rolling tide in a pickle river. Crash, splash, take flight. Crowd spinning, game, the briefcase shakes. Sweat and greed in the midnight wake. Suits collide, the pit will quiver. Rolling tide of a Santa shiver. Crash, cash, take flight.
Spin and slam, crowd convulses. Same face, same glasses, different pulses. Crash and roll, the circle's alive. We collide, we multiply. Crash,
Gira e trama, maleta rangendo, suor e ganho no passo tremendo. Terno bate, a pista vira, roda de Papai Noel que gira. Cai dinheiro, voa dinheiro.
Swing and spin, the jungle shakes. Claws and tails in the fever quake. Teeth collide, the ground will quiver. Rolling tide in a primate river. Crash, screech, take flight. Crash, screech, take.
let the night, till the rules apart. More spots in a riot hot. Eight birds bright on a sweating high. We collide in the swirling tide. Kick, crash, scream loud. Burn the cage off the floor. More tide, we want more. Ink and scales, fur and chain. Spin like lightning through the rain. Crash, claw.
Lift the pit, hold the line. Heartbeat fast, teeth all shine. 1, 2, 3, collide. Slam the world, no chains, no breath. Wall of fury, wall of death. Rip and roll, the wetlands roar. Wet feet beat on the marshy floor. Skin collides, the water shivers. Churning tide in a froggy river. Clouds in the Monarch quakes. Beaks and wings in the fevered shake. Feathers fly, the ground will shiver. Rolling tide in a feathered river. Clash, clash, fly, clash, cocktail. Wings up, feathers unite. No fryer inside tonight. We won't be dinner, we won't be sold. Scratch the chain, break the hold. No fried chicken. Let it crash, the night won't break. Coats and boots in a swirling quake. Faces bright, the ground will shiver. Rolling tide, a cartoon river. Shout! Spin and spin, the skins fly free. Yellow storms in a frantic city. Steps collide, the pit will quiver. Rolling tide in a fruity river. Feel rip, take flight, feel. Legend rise, the spawn one wild. Midnight tide of the nameless child. Moan and fin in the spiral river. Void born in the depths deliver. Tail crash, take flight, tail. Twist and thrash, the spores take flight. Color storms in a fever night. Caps collide, the pit will quiver. Rolling tide in a mycelium river. Bloom, rip, ignite. Bloom, rip, ignite. Twist and thrash, the spores take flight. Color storms in a fever night. Caps collide, the pit will quiver. Rolling tide in a mycelium river. Bloom, rip, ignite. Bloom, rip. Twist and thrash, the spores take flight. Color storms through the fever night. Caps collide, the ground will shiver. Rolling tide in a mycelium river. Bloom, rip, ignite. Spin, the war shakes. Scales ignite in the midnight wake. Mouths collide, the shallows shiver. Rolling tide in a silver river. Crash, splash, tails and roll, the pavement sings. Echo snaps and the feedback rings. Color spins, the night will quiver. Circling fire in a vinyl river. Squeak, crash, bounce and crash, the cocoa shakes. Sweet waves roll in the midnight quake. Paws collide, the pit will quiver. Molten tide in a chocolate river. Bash, splash, take flight, bash, splash. Smash ぶつけて湯気が立つゴムの皮なられろクワクワ飛び立てクワクワ飛び立て
Step this way, don't lose a beat. Wooden shoes on the plastic street. Turn your head, keep time tonight. Sing the bloom till the morning light. Flowers out, petals shout. We
Topped by the thunder drum. Steel was beating where the rivers run. Shoulders crash, we turn and sway. Sand and water in a breakaway. Tuck, tuck, all night. Tuck, tuck, take flight. As it spin, the water shakes. Bubbles burst in the midnight wake. Beaks collide, the tub will shiver. Rolling tide in a plastic river. Roar like a mask in the firelight. Scratch and spin, the water sways. Claws collide in the midnight craze. Tails whip, the tub will quiver. Feline tide in a foamy river. Crash, dash, take flight. Dash and shake, the floorboards quake. Spring next storm in a midnight break. Heads collide, the night will quiver. Spinning wild in a bubble river. Bang, roar, take. Spin that tide in a boiling quake. Foam on fire in the rip you make. Beaks ignite, the pool will quiver. Devil rides this plastic river. Crash, flash, take flight. Spin that tide in a boiling quake. Foam on fire in the rip you make. Beaks ignite, the pool will quiver. Devil rides this plastic river. Crash, flash, take flight.
Spin the top like the rip gets weird. Bubbles pop and the quackers cheer. Plastic tide, don't fight the swirl. will quiver, cracking tide in a fragile river. Crash, smash, take flight.
Turn the current lines. Face collide in the tidal ice. Snouts crash, the pool shiver. Rolling tide in a silver river.
Splash, slash, take flight. 来るまで水面が骨かしげる泡が夜を塗り替えたビートに任せてぶつかってみろよ。銀の月まで飛び出す勢いでバラバラな声が一つになって目を閉じれば渦も踊り出す。はいはいはい。
Spin and blaze, the mirrors fly. Shatter light through the midnight sky. Silver storms roll in the fever. Dancing orbs in passion spin. The water shakes, bubbles burst in the midnight wake. Beaks collide, the double shiver. Rolling tide in a plastic river. Crash, splash, take flight. Spin, the alley shakes. Whiskers whip in the midnight quake. Claws collide, the floor will quiver. Rolling tide in a furry river. Crash, scratch, take flight. Crash, scratch. Bounce and twist, the puddles spray. Whiskers whip in a midnight fray. Claws collide, the alley quivers. Roaring tide of the feline river. Scratch, slash, take flight, scratch, splash. Spin, the water shakes. Bubbles burst in the midnight wake. Beaks collide, the top will shiver. Rolling tide in a plastic river. Crash, splash, take flight. See, takarai, garagarai. Tume, sapame, daname. Tada, tada, uda, chal. Spin, the water shakes. Bubbles burst in the midnight wake. Beaks collide, the top will shiver. Rolling tide in a plastic river. Crash, splash, take flight. Passion spin, the water shakes. Bubbles burst in the midnight wake. Beats collide, the top will shiver. Rolling tide in a plastic river. Crash, splash, take flight. Crash, splash. Spin that line, the bylaws break. Pickets rise and the cold sack shakes. Voices clash, the street will shiver. Rolling tide in a neighbor river. Spin, the alley shakes. Trash cans ring, the midnight quake. Walls collide, the night will quiver. Rolling tide in a furry river. Crash, smash, take flight. Spin and dive, the night air hums. Sparks of wings and beating drums. Bodies clash, the cloud is quaking. Swarm alive, the sky is shaking. Crash, buzz, humping. Spin and beat the time like chase. Avatars crash like tidal flakes. Circles clash, the feet will quiver. Rolling tide in a digital river. Clash, flash, take flight. Clash.
Step and slide, the floor's alive. Spin with the tide, feel the rhythm drive. Wings up high, let the splash ignite. Move with the wave in the neon night. Quack, clap, take flight. Quack, clap, take flight. Turn, dip, ride the shine. All the ducks in a perfect line. Jump, spin, land so long.
Spin, enjoy the waters roar. Pay up, fly on the dancing floor. Hats tilt, the mikvah shivers. Holy tide in a plastic river. Bounce and spin, the floorboards quake. Thunder paws in the moonlit shake. Claws collide, the fur will shiver. Rolling tide in a furry river. Crash his tail and spin, the starlight shakes. Tails whip fast in the midnight wake. Paws collide, the floor will shiver. Rolling tide in a glowing river. Flash, crash, take flight.
rolling tide in a human river. Ride the wave, I'm sailing high, hands below me are burning.
As it spin, the water shakes. Bubbles burst in the midnight wake. Claws collide, the tumble shiver. Rolling tide in a plastic river. Crash, splash, take flight. Crash, splash, take. Strings on my shoulders, hands on the frame. Pulling my breath while they pull my name. Every move's committed, every thought's confined. Dance for the master, lose your mind. Cut those lines. Spin and crack, the land is shakes. Nested hearts in a midnight quake. Face to face, the brain will shiver. Rolling tide in a painted river. Crash, the pavement shakes. Pause it hard, midnight quake. Fur collides, alley shivers. Roaring tide of four-leg rivers. Spark, yell, take flight.
Bob, the night is young, bottles drop, tiny hearts strong. Giggles rise, the floor is quaking, little cries in a riot shaking. Stop, take.
Iron hearts beat in the stormy night. Spikes collide and the sparks take flight. Blood and rain, let the cosmos quiver. We ride the warp on a screaming river. Break, burn, ignite. Spin, the hinges shake. Doors swing wide in the midnight quake. Lids collide, the floor will shiver. Rolling tide in a plastic river. Slam, clash, take flight. Slam, clash.
Chamber quivers, rolling tide in a metal river.
Clash, take flight! Clash, take flight!
Roll and roll, the timber shakes. Ships take flight in the midnight break. Tails collide, the grove will quiver. Roaring pine in a bark brown river. Crash, smash, take flight. On the run and the current bites. Scarlet surge in the shadowed night. Fangs collide, the moon will shiver. Whirling tide in a crimson river. Crash, smash. Take flight!
Wypłyń z nami na głębie, panie, łódka mała, serca drży. Ty nas wołasz, my odpowiemy, z tobą płynąć chcemy dziś.
The alley shakes, metal sings in the midnight quake. Lids collide, the pavement quivers. Rolling tide of steel-born shivers. Bang, clash, take flight. Spin that back, the moonlight shakes. Foam flies high in the midnight lakes. Paws collide, the floor will quiver. Rolling tide in a furry river. Sizzle and roll, the real side quake. Saws will fly in the midnight shake. Buns collide, the pit gets thicker. Greasy tide in a toasted river. Smash, crash, take bite. Bounce and spin, the ground will quake. Foam will fly in the midnight break. Mates collide, the pit will shiver. Rolling pride in a plush-made river. Roar pounds down, heave and hurl, the night runs red. Stomach turns and the pit gets fed. Churn and crash, let it flow. Nothing left to hold below. Spit, spit, tongue, and spin, the floorboards quake. Catnip rain in the midnight break. Whiskers flash, the alley quivers. Rolling tide of feline shivers. Loud scratch, take flight. Sizzle and spin, the grill side shakes. Steam explodes in the midnight quake. Buns collide, the pit will quiver. Rolling tide in a savory river. Crash, splash, take bite, crack. 飞溅的水花，太大的夜，泡沫在脚下翻，嘎嘎声里谁？翻肚气，塑料匠和人，我们冲撞。